In this episode, we're going to talk about CRM systems. Now, you might be asking yourself, what is a CRM system? It stands for Customer Relations Management System or software. If you're not using a CRM system, you need to start using one. Now, I'm going to break it down into two different systems, one that is specific to the martial arts world and one that is specific to the marketing side of things. So the marketing side will be any business can use this and should be using this. The martial arts specific one, if you're a martial arts gym or you want to get involved in martial arts teaching and run your own school, you need to have this system or a version of this system, okay? Now, when we talk about CRM systems, it is like having a member of staff, and it is so, in comparison to what you get, cheap. Like, it is one investment that you need to make for your business. It will free up loads of your time. It will make you look much more professional, and it will just organize everything for you. When I first started, everything was on spreadsheets, like a lot of people, or books. You'd write down your students' names, addresses, like if they've paid this month, it becomes an absolute administration nightmare. One of the first things I learned how to run a business and how to run a martial arts school was about CRM systems. And it was the first thing I implemented into my academy, and it was a game changer. Massive, massive game changer. Now, there are quite a few different CRM systems out there and specific for the martial arts world. They also have them for the gym world and, like I say, marketing world. So the key is when you're trying to find the right CRM system for you, I see a lot of people say, can anyone recommend a good CRM system? Unfortunately, that's not the right way to go about it, because what works for one person may not work for you. So my advice, instead of asking, obviously ask people if they've used a specific system that you're looking at, but rather than say what's a good CRM system, list out what you need the CRM system to do. Then you can then go to a specific CRM system, use a free trial, and then you can test it to see how well it works. And then once you've narrowed it down to which CRM systems you're looking at, then by all means go and ask people that use those systems their advice on how they find them, if they're user friendly, and if they like the system they're using. But if you don't know what you need it to do, it's very hard to ask someone's opinion. So my advice would be to list out what you need it to do. When I was looking at different CRM systems, you'll base it on price as well, but over price, you need to know, is it right for you? Is it going to do the things you need it to do? So what I did when I looked at my CRM system, I needed something that could take student details. It could take a photograph of the student so I could match it to the profile. It needed to have a check-in kiosk where students could check themselves in so I knew they were attending class. That saves me having to go around making sure and checking people in. I needed it a way to take payments from students, so it was all done automatically, so I didn't have to take cash off people and then mark it down and then at the end of the month go through who's paid, who hasn't paid. I needed it to track attendance. I needed it to track gradings for me, so when they were eligible to grade, would it ping a message to me and let me know? I then, once I had my list of everything I wanted it to do, I then looked at the CRM systems and start reaching out to these companies to ask them, does it do this? Does it do this? And went down my checklist. If it was a no on a lot of them, I'd move on to the next one. If it ticked most of the boxes, and unfortunately it's very hard to find a CRM system that does both, everything. But that's where I'll come into the marketing one later on, where you can use two alongside each other, which works best, in my opinion. But you'll very rarely find one that does everything, but you want to get one that ticks the most boxes as possible, and then you can have a few add-ons that you can use a different software for if need be. Now, just to give you an idea what the CRM systems can do, I use a brand called Martialytics. It works very well for me. There are plenty out there. There's Gym Desk out there that I know is very good. There is, what are the ones Mind Body people use. There's lots out there. The best thing is to do, like I say, once you've wrote your checklist, start Googling CRM systems, and then all of them, or most of them, come with free trials, and some you can have walkthroughs. I went through a call and had walkthroughs on some of them, and then I could ask them and give them my checklist, and that's where I fell on Martialytics. For me, worked at the time, was the one I needed and did the most things that I required. So student profiles, massive. Like if you're taking lots of, obviously at the start you may be a small school, so you won't have loads of students, but the mindset is to grow your school. Eventually you'll have a lot of student details, and it is an absolute nightmare if you're writing them all down or putting them into spreadsheets. A CRM system will not only take all those details, you will keep them organized for you and assign it to the student themselves. So it's easy to recall that information, add notes, change any information. So if they change address, it's super straightforward. Ours, we can actually send them a form as well. So if they come in for a trial and they're unable to fill it in there and then, I can pre-send them the student form so they can actually fill it in before they come for their trial, and then we can just activate it once they're happy to join. So it's a really efficient way of taking a student's details and collecting that information that you'll need if they join. A check-in desk was massive for me because I needed a way of tracking attendance, and I needed a way of making sure people were signing in and registering that they've been to class. So for my one has a kiosk that I have an iPad at the front of the mat. So when they come in, they start typing their name, they come up, they click their face, tell me what, or tell the iPad what class they're joining. It then registers their attendance. That also then goes to their grading, so I know when they're eligible to grade, so I can start looking at them in more detail, maybe spar with them to make sure they're reaching the level that's required. But again, it's a way of me not having to go back over months and months of spreadsheets. It's all there for me. It adds it up for me and puts it in a separate tab on my CRM system that says these people are ready to grade, these people are coming up to their grading, and then I can start more attention to make sure that they are at the level before giving them that next grade. For me, pictures was a big one. A lot of them at the time didn't have a way of adding a picture. For me, something that I really make a priority in my gym is making sure I learn everyone's name and greet them by their name. And when I'm teaching them, talk to them by their name. I've trained at many gyms where after months of training, the head coach didn't even know who I was. They didn't know my name. And I was training there a good 2-3 times a week. And now, to me, that shows a level of unprofessionalism. Like if you're a member of that gym and you want to feel part of that community, the coach needs to know who you are. I get it if I was only there like once a month or something, but I was there every week, 3 times a week. So make that little bit of effort to learn your student's name, and having a picture to associate with that name really helps learn your students' names, and then you'll be able to recall that name as soon as you see them walk through the door. You can greet them, say hello, or when you're on the mats teaching them, you're calling them by their name. In my opinion, that is a real asset and will go a long way if you're learning your students' names and calling them by their names when you're teaching them. Payment solutions, like this is one of the biggest things, along with the CRM that I implemented, was adding a payment system. So I used to have a monthly payment and a pay-as-you-go when I first started. I got rid of the pay-as-you-go as soon as I took on the CRM system and started the gym properly, and it was a game changer. Like you can attach payments to your CRM system, so it is all automated. It makes it so much easier to, one, track your students to make sure they're actually paying for your service, but also from an admin point of view. Like I used to dread the first of the month because everyone would come in and give me loads of money, and I'm like, who gave me this, who gave me that? And it's just absolutely not, it's a logistical nightmare. So if you've got a system that does it all for you and it's all automated, it is super easy. If a payment fails, it flags up on the CRM system, then you can just contact the person and say, oh, by the way, your payment's failed this month, can we get it sorted before you come into the gym next? And it's so much easier than either taking cash and then trying to remember who paid you what, or you do it by standing order and every month you have to check to make sure everyone's paid. It is hours of your life that for a small payment for a CRM system will give you back. That's why, to me, it's a non-negotiable. Like you should have a CRM system. If you're serious about owning your own gym, like CRM system is a must. It gives you back so much more free time and just makes the whole process easier. So payment solutions, you can add Stripe to it, or we use Go Cardless for direct debits. So payment methods get attached to the student profiles. If they cancel their membership, it just all cancels together. It's a real easy, straightforward way of taking payments and making sure that you're actually getting the funds from your students when they're supposed to. It also helps you from a budget point of view. So When your gym gets to a certain level, I mean, even in the early days, you'll need to replace things like equipment or pay your bills the following month. If you know on a monthly basis how much money you have to play with, it is crucial in running your gym efficiently. If you're on pay as you go, when I did it, you'd have someone turn up 1 month and then you wouldn't see them for 3 months, and then all of a sudden they turn back up again, and you thought, and you're taking them off your spreadsheet thinking they're no longer a student, and then all of a sudden they appear again. So it's almost impossible to run your business efficiently if you have no idea what's coming in month to month. On a direct debit on monthly payment, you know exactly how much roughly you'll get people leave throughout the month and maybe at the end of the month, but you'll have a good idea of what budget you have to play with every month, which allows you to run your gym efficiently and makes you be able to maintain a good standard. The other things that are really good with CRM systems is bulk communication. So you can, if you've got different classes, like we've got children's classes, children's specific classes and adult classes. Our adult classes are split between Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai. I can message, if I have a certain communication for just the Muay Thai group, I can tick all the Muay Thai trainers and send them only a message. Whether it's a text message or a email, I can communicate just to those. Let's say we've got an inter-club coming up or something like that. I can send them all the information through the CRM system rather than having to go through my list of people and contact them one at a time. It's just a much more efficient way of getting communications out. And rather than sending a message to everyone, like our children don't care if the adults have got an inter-club and the parents, they're not interested in that. I also don't want to bother them with taking up space in their inboxes when it's not a message they're interested in. So by using the CRM system, you can target the people you need to have that message and send it out all in one go. Makes the process a lot easier. You're writing one email and off it goes to everyone in that group or that tagging system. So it's a really good way of communicating to your students. Now, depending on the type of CRM system you have, you've also got you can delve right into your numbers. So when you get deeper into your business and you want to get to a high level in the gym business, you need to know your numbers. That goes from students coming in to students going out, so your retention rates. You need to know where your students are coming from to help your marketing. So a CRM system will plot everyone in all their addresses into a little map, and it will show you exactly where your students come from, so you know exactly how broad to make your marketing. Okay. It also delves into payments, so you can see which are your most popular classes, which ones aren't so popular. So again, it will help your marketing. So let's say your children's classes aren't doing so well, you know that you need to put more of your marketing budget towards your children's classes than say your adults classes that might be doing fine and that are at capacity. Spend more of your budget where the area needs, and then when that comes up, you can then split the budget again amongst all of your topics. So it's a great way of knowing areas you're weak inside your school and where you should focus your attention to. There's also a booking system on there, so you can, if you're doing like us, we do seminars throughout the year, I can create a one-off event on my calendar, and then I can book students in for that. So let's say if you've got a capacity of 30 people and you've got over 200 students training, you know that you've got a capacity of 30. Once that's full up, using your booking system, close the seminar down, no more bookings can occur. You can also do this for classes as well. So if your capacity is 20, you can limit each class to 20 people and get people to book on using the CRM system. And then that way, once the class is in capacity, they'll have to find another class to come along to. So the booking system is really good. If you're small or tight on space, you can then use that booking system as a way to not go over capacity and not risk health and safety and things like that. So it's a great way if you've got a smaller space to start with, use the booking system and get your students booking onto classes. You can also add a shop on there as well. Some CRM systems allow you to have a shop, ours does. So if you've got like club t-shirts or I don't know, fight kit, anything like that, belts, gis, whatever it may be, you can put it onto your shop and you can use the CRM system. So if someone wants to place an order, you just charge it through your CRM system. Because their payment details are already on the CRM system, it will just charge your account straight away and you'll be good to go. There's no needing to take payment details and stuff like that. It's a real streamlined process and you can then order their stuff and get them their stuff as quickly as possible. It's a real key when you're looking for a CRM system for both your martial arts world and your marketing world. Make sure the ease of use is there and support is there. And to get started, get a martial arts specific one because it will be a game changer for you. From professionalism to freeing up your time to concentrate on more important tasks, it is a no-brainer. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully it gets you started and you now understand what a CRM system is, or at least are aware of what a CRM system is now. Go out there, find some CRM systems and trial them. Most come with at least a 14-day free trial. Some come with a 30-day free trial. Sign up to them, use them. If it's not easy to use or it's not working for you after 2 weeks, cancel the free trial, go on to the next one. If you can get walkthroughs from people that run the CRM companies, by all means do that. I did it and found it very helpful. And like I say, get your checklist, ask them every point on that checklist and tick them off. If it ticks a lot of the boxes, it's probably the right one for you, and then it's just about usability. Look into the CRM systems, free up your time, get rid of the spreadsheets, and enjoy the extra hours you have to concentrate on jobs, grow your school. As always, if you have any comments, please put them in the comment boxes below. If you've got any questions about the martial arts related CRM systems, I'll be happy to answer them in the comments boxes. If you're enjoying the content so far, please like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you on the next one.